Hello guys, welcome back to join another session of the calculus here. The derivative of a function. Our lesson today is talking about the derivative of the function. It's a new vocabulary, okay? The benefit of studying calculus, we use the limit to find the slope of the tangent as I showed you in the previous session. I used the rule. Do you remember it? I'd like to remind you by what we learned before. Here, slope of tangent, do you remember, equal at a point, f of a plus h minus f of a over h, limit, h approaches 0. How to find the slope of the tangent to curve of the function? Okay, we use the calculus. Limit here, it's one of the lessons in the calculus. By using the limit, I can find the slope of the tangent. Also, we can find what? The differentiation of the function. Okay? Miss, what is the meaning of this? It's a new vocabulary. Okay, let's know what is the meaning of the derivative. Definition of the derivative of a function. The derivative of the function f at x is given by this rule. Limit f of x plus delta x minus delta x, I refer to a change in x. Okay, delta, we name it delta x minus f of x over delta x. It's the same. If you compare this one, as I told you before, h, it means the change in x. I can refer to it by using delta x or using h. X here, this rule, I find the derivative of the function, okay? At any point, I can replace x by any value to find the derivative of this function. But let's step by step know what is the meaning of this one. This is rule. This is what? This is rule. That is the rule or the definition. I refer to the derivative of the function by using this. I refer to by write this dash above it. But we can read it what? F prime. We read it what? F prime. We read it F prime. Okay. The derivative is defined by limit f of x plus delta x minus f of x over delta x when delta x approaches to 0. The derivative exists if this limit exists. If this limit exists. Means if we compare this form by this form, which is the slope of the tangent, I find it is the same. Here, if we'd like to find the slope here at the tangent at x equal what? A. Here, if x equal a, it means I have to replace by a by the same. It is the same. Here, x plus a change in x minus f of x over delta x, which means change in x. Delta x means what? H. Okay? Here at a certain point, but here for anyone, as you change x by any given value, you find the slope of the tangent. By another way, I'd like to tell you the derivative of the function. It means the slope of the tangent. The derivative of the function, it means the slope of the tangent of this curve. I find the derivative by using limit, okay? And to find the slope of the tangent by using what? Limit. I use the calculus. That is the benefit of calculus. How to find the slope of the tangent to the curve of the function or to find the derivative. Okay, the process that we use to find the derivative is called differentiation. It's a new vocabulary. It's a new what? Vocabulary. Again, please, it's a new vocabulary. Some of you will find this one difficult. It is not difficult. You just concentrate and study the definition and know what is the meaning of this one. Again, here, what is the meaning of the derivative? It means slope of the tangent, okay? How we get the derivative? By using this formula. By using what? This formula, and I'll show you later how to find the derivative by using definition. By using definition. We refer to the derivative of a function by using this term, f prime. I name it f prime of x, which means the derivative. This is what? The derivative of what? The function. Okay, the process that we use to find the derivative is called differentiation. It's called what? Differentiation. The limit exists, so the derivative exists. If the limit exists, the derivative exists. Okay, the function must be continuous to be differentiable. The function must be continuous to be differentiable. Okay, here, if the derivative exists, so a function is differentiable. Yani we can find its derivative, so it is differentiable. If, again, if we can find, or the limit exists, so that we can find the derivative, and in this case, if we can find the derivative of the function, okay, the function is what? Differentiable. Okay, the function is differentiable on an open interval if it is differentiable at every point in this interval. Don't forget, the function differentiable if it is continuous. If the function is not continuous, so it will not be differentiable. It will not be what? Differentiable. Okay? I'd like to show you how we, what is the notation of the derivative? How we refer to the derivative of the function by using any one of these forms. Look with me. Oh my God, yes. Here, I can refer it to what? By using f prime by this dash above it, okay? Don't forget how we refer or how we denote the derivative of the function. We can use dy by dx. This one, it doesn't mean delta y, the change in y over the, no, it is not. It means the change. Delta, it means a change. But here it means derivative. We can say y prime. We can say d, the derivative of x with respect to x. With respect to what? X. When we find the derivative, I have to know, I find the derivative with respect to which variable? X, Y, Z, by any way, okay? As the function of any variable, I find the derivative of this variable. Since this function of the variable X, so I find the derivative with respect to X. If the function f of Z, okay, I find the derivative with respect to what? Z. I have to find the derivative with respect to the variable, the function of this variable, okay? As the function of this what variable, okay? Look here. Sorry. Look with me. Sure. Wait. Yes. Now, I have to clear. Here, how the notation dy by dx is read as the derivative of y with respect to x, or simplify dy by dx. Instead of write the derivative of y with respect to x, I write what? Dy by dx. Using limit notation. Limit notation, as you see here, look with me. Wait, I'd like to, yes, little bit. Here, look with me. Here, the derivative of y with respect to x is defined by what? Limit change of y, because it is what? Slope. The limit of slope of secant. I use as slope because the derivative, it means the slope to the curve, the tangent, the slope of the tangent to the curve of the function. By this way, it is very important, the definition. Look here, how to solve a problem on this in this lesson, okay, or about the exercise on this lesson. Here, use the definition. Look here, if I ask you to use the definition to find the derivative, I have to use it because I show you many ways to find the derivative. The first way, how to use the definition. Second way, I give you rules in the next session or after the next session. Okay, it's so easy. But if I ask you in a problem to find the derivative using definition, you have to use the definition as I ask you in the problem. Okay, but if I don't ask you specific way, you have to find it by any way which is easy for you. Look here with me. I ask you to use the definition. How to get the derivative, the derivative of this function. I know the derivative is a slope and it is a linear. I can find it mentally, but no, later, show me. How we get this one? I have to write the derivative as a definition. Y equal limit, focus, f of x plus delta x, that is the definition. X here, he didn't ask me to find the limit, the derivative at a given value or at any value of x. Okay, so I keep it with x. Okay, minus f of x, that is the definition of delta x. When delta x, from where we get this one? Definition. Okay, look here, it will be replace x plus delta x in this function, each -2. Okay, replace each x by x plus delta x. Please focus. Plus 5. That is what f of x plus delta x. Just replace here each x by x plus delta x minus, okay, that is the first way, the f of x minus f of x, which will be -2, replace x plus 5. Some of you will ask me again, okay, over delta x, that is limit, I'm sorry, when x up delta x approaches what? 0. I have to write this way. Okay, again, that is the definition. Y prime, which means the derivative of this function, that is the definition. From where we get it, definition. Limit change in y over change in the x. What is the change of y? F of x plus delta x minus f of x. I have to remember the definition or this rule. Okay, here, sorry, I have to, wait a minute. There's this one. Oh, should be, no. Yes, clear this, to write it, yes, here, look, limit, this one. I have to simplify the numerator. It will be what? Limit. Here, simplify, it will be what? -2x. Replace. So distribute. Minus 2 delta x plus 5. Replace. Distribute. It will be plus 2x minus 5. Here, distribute -1, negative multiply -2 will be positive, -1 multiply +5, it will be -5 over delta x. As when delta x approaches what? 0. Please, I don't know why it is, yes, here, equal. Add the like term, this one, wait, I'd like to use a different color. Yes. Look here, I'll cancel, yes, cancel this one. 5 with -5. So it will be limit, look, limit, negative delta, 2 delta x, which is the rest in the numerator, over delta x. When delta x approaches 0, this one cancel, So it will be limit -2 and it will be -2. That is the derivative of this function. So y prime equal -2. The derivative of this function equal what? -2. I told you what, to make sure your answer is right or wrong. This, you told me before the derivative is the slope. Okay? Is what? Slope. This is a linear function. What is the slope here? -2. Your derivative at the slope of this line, you are right. That is to make sure you answer right or wrong. But in the exam, since I ask you to use the definition, you have to use the definition. Don't tell me the slope -2 without any steps. Since I ask you to use a specific way, you have to use it. Okay, I hope it's easy. Okay, if you don't understand the first example, let's solve the next one. And you have to tell me you are right or wrong, how to know your answer right or wrong. Solve this one. Find the derivative. What is the definition? Please write the definition. Okay, here it will be f prime. What is the definition? F prime or the derivative equal limit. I write every time the root to remind you. F of x plus delta x. If you would like to write h, no problem, because I refer to the change in x by using delta x or using h. Okay, f of x over what? Delta x, the change in x. When delta x approaches to 0. If you don't remember the rule, you never know how to solve. Okay, change the value. You told me y 2 minus y 1 over x2 minus x. It means the slope. Okay, here change in x, f of x plus delta x minus f of x over delta x. Okay, let's replace. I replace in the given function. It will be, look here, limit, please replace x plus delta x in this one. It will be -4. Each x replaced by x plus delta x minus 2. If we replace in this function, minus, okay, that is the first one. F of x, it means each x replaced by x. It means f of x. That is f of x. What is the value of f of x? -4x minus 2 over delta x when delta x approaches 0. I have to simplify. It will be limit delta x approaches 0. I'm sorry because I don't have enough space because I write in large handwriting. Okay, just distribute -4 multiply x, it will be -4x. -4 multiply delta x, it will be -4 delta x. Delta x, it is as a variable, change in x. Okay, minus 2. Don't forget to complete the function. Distribute here, it will be plus 4x plus 2 over delta x. Here I have to simplify. Look, I write in different color. Okay, -4x with 4x, -2 with 2. So it will be equal what? Limit, that is the f prime or the derivative prime, f prime or the derivative of the function. It will be -4 delta x over delta x when delta x approaches 0. Cancel, like it will be limit -4 when delta x approaches 0. The limit of any constant, it will be the same constant. I told you what, to make sure you answer right or wrong. I'm sorry. The derivative is the slope. Is what? Equal slope. Since this is a linear function, slope, it's so easy to find it is a coefficient of x, as you see. So your answer is right. I hope you understand, but you have to use the definition. Really, you have to remember the rule or the definition of the derivative, how to substitute in the function, how to simplify, okay, how to find the limit. I need all of these skills, how to find the rule I have to remember, how to substitute, how to simplify, how to find the limit. If limit of any constant, it will be the constant. Limit of polynomial by replacing. Rational, I use any one of the two techniques as we did before in quarter one, how to find the limit, I use it here. Okay, I think it's too easy. Before I solve the question number 3, who can help me? Can you tell me that derivative before I find it by using the rule? I think it's too easy. Here in this problem, as you see, look with me, I'm sorry. Thank you. Okay, look here, look with me. As you see here, I can say the derivative, it will be -1, but I don't ask you just to tell me what is the derivative mentally. No, you have to use the definition, which is, look with me, f prime of x. Write the rule first. F of x plus delta x minus f of x over what? Delta x. When delta x approaches 0, just replace. It will be limit, replace in the function x in the state of x, right? X plus delta x, it will be -5. In the state of multiplying x, it will be x plus delta x minus f of x, which is f of x, -5x, right? Between two bracket to know how to distribute the the sign over delta x when delta x approaches to 0. Here it will be limit, simplify, distribute first, then add the like term. It will be -5x, -5 delta x plus 5x over delta x. Delta x approaches what? 0. Use different color. Okay, I add the like term, this one cancel together. Okay, so it will be what? Limit -5 delta x over delta x. It means multiply. If you write it number before any variable, it means multiply it. Delta x approaches 0. Cancel this one, it will be -5. Limit -5, it will be -5, which I told you before, the slope of the function. But this one is slope y because it is a linear. It's a linear, it's so easy to find it. But if we have quadratic, no, I can do like this way. Understand? If it is linear only, I give you number 4 and number 5 as a homework by the same way, but I need some skills to solve, which are how to remember. Please remember the rule, how to find the derivative of the function. Okay, the rule, this is the rule. Look with me, this is my rule, which I ask you to study well. Then how to substitute in the function, how to simplify, how we get the limit, as we learned it in quarter 1. Look here with me. Clear all first, then I'll solve the last one, then I give you number 4 and number 5 as a home. Look here, write the definition. Wait, sorry, it should be no. Yes, here. Okay, write the definition. you ask me all of these questions, I have to find the derivative, which is g prime of x, or the derivative. We can say it by any way, prime or derivative. Limit what? G of x plus delta x minus g of x, the original one, over the change in x here, okay? Delta x approaches 0. Just replace, here it will be replaced by x in this function, Each x replaced by x plus delta x. It will be limit, by replacing x plus delta x, or what? That is f of g of x plus delta x minus 9. That is what? This function g of x plus delta x. It means replace in this function. It will be x plus delta x all square minus 9 minus g of x. Don't forget this one between two brackets, because minus, I will change the sign of g of x. What is g of x? That is g of x. That is g of x. It will be x squared minus 9 over delta x, when delta x approaches what? 0. All of these you will learn in the first term in your faculty, okay? Here, distribute. Perfect expansion of squaring of any bracket. It will be squaring first, square where, plus here 2 multiply x multiply delta x. Okay, here 2 multiply plus delta x all square, means delta x square, all of delta x square. Okay, minus 9. Don't forget the distribution of the negative sign on what? Distribute on what? The original function. Negative x square, negative, it will be plus 9 over delta x. Then add the like term. Let's use different color. Okay, x square cancel with negative x square, negative 9 with positive 9. What else? No, I don't have any more, but I forgot to write here limit. Delta x approaches what? 0. Here I have to take delta x as a common factor. Here we have delta x what? It's all square. Delta x squared means delta x multiply delta x. Clear? I take delta x as a common factor. It will be limit. Take delta x repeated here, and I take delta x as a common factor. Consider delta x as h. You can write it by using h. If you confused by using delta x, use h, no problem. Okay, it is a sample. Okay, consider delta x, all of them, it is represent a one value. Delta x as a common factor here, it will be 2x. Delta x a common factor, I divide, it will be delta x over delta x. When delta x approaches what? Here it is a rational function. I use what? I use rationalizing technique. Take a common factor here. Then cancel this one with this one. Replace by delta x here, it will be limit 2x when delta x approaches 0. Sorry. Yes, sorry, plus delta x. Okay, if you replace by delta x by 0, so it will be 2x. That is the derivative of this function. So the derivative g prime of x, it means 2x. This equation, I use it. As we replace x by any value at x equal 1, x 2, equal 3, at each given value of x, I can find the slope of the tangent. Okay, that is the general rule. By replacing any value of x in the derivative, I get the slope at the given point. Understand? That is the derivative of this function, the equation that we use to find the derivative. Sorry, to find the slope of the tangent at any given value of x. I hope you understand. okay? Watch the video many times to understand the meaning of the derivative. The definition, you have to study it well. Don't forget the skills that we need to understand the lesson, which are how to find the limit of function, how to substitute, and remember the rule or the definition of the derivative. Thank you and have a nice day. Don't forget to do the homework which I'll mentioned or I uploaded in the LMS. Thank you. Bye-bye.